Steve's Fish Bar has been a Port Talbot institution for nearly 35 years. He and his wife Sunthorn have built up a successful and well-supported enterprise. The opposite, he feels, of what's happened in Westminster.
They haven't prepared properly, it's just last minute. And no, it's a bit of a shambles. Yeah.
The chippy sits beneath the chimneys of the UK's largest steelworks. The town's economy is tied to Britain's post-Brexit fortunes. The UK's car industry still gets its steel from here, and this is still a Labour heartland. But decades of decline helped fuel the resounding Brexit vote in this part of Wales. Labour voters in towns like Port Talbot were a key part of the Leave coalition. But with plans to leave the EU apparently derailed in Westminster, what do people here think of Brexit's future?
Oh, I'd say it was definitely dead, yeah. There's no chance that it's ever going to happen, you know, the way we anticipated.
So you're telling me it's dead. How angry are you about that?
Well, I'm angry. I can bang me fist up and down on the counter, but what difference is it going to make?
There's just no common sense at the end of the day, is there, you know? The money they must have spent going back and forth, having these meetings and what have you, you know, and where has it got us? Nowhere. We're back to square one.
Who do you blame for, Brexit not necessarily being delivered?
Well, I think Theresa May always wanted to stay, so I don't think she's done a particularly good job. Absolutely no time at all for Jerry Corbyn. Scottish Nationals, no time for them. Anyone, basically, who was trying to slow it down or stop it.
35 miles along the coast is Tory-held Vale of Glamorgan. It's Wales's bellwether seat. For 40 years, the MP elected here has come from the same party that has won the general election.
Thanks so much, tea for me.
Yes, please. In Benny's cafe, we meet two Barry councillors. How worried are these local Conservatives that the Brexit they fought for is being taken off the menu?
I go door knocking and people say to me, what's happening, this is not what we've asked for. So yeah, I think it's dead. Where we go from here.
Well, if the betrayal hasn't yet happened, then it's underway, is how it feels. If you go back to the referendum, and we both knocked doors during the campaign, a lot of people felt like this was a chance to kick back a distant, detached elite in Brussels, and the MPs that we've got in Westminster at the moment, on the whole, seem to be doing a good impression of replicating that distant elite.
But it's your MPs, it's your hard Brexit MPs who have stopped it getting through.
I don't accept that. I'm not sure that Theresa May's deal. I don't think that on any measure Theresa May's deal qualifies as the Brexit that we voted for.
With that in mind, they think the best hope of reclaiming Brexit may be to hold a general election.
It might be that is now the only way that we can rescue clean Brexit from the jaws of a second referendum.
On Swansea Bay, it feels a world away from the endless votes and all the political drama of Westminster. But the turmoil over Brexit is still the main talking point for the walkers on the beach. The Leavers we've spoken to fear that Brexit might be killed off by this Parliament. Does that put a spring in the step of Remainers?
Up until about 6 months ago, I was sort of crying out for a general election, but now I think if there was a general election, I really wouldn't know who to vote for.
And what do you think about the idea of a second referendum?
I'd love a second referendum. I think it's the right thing to do now. I think after this vote tonight, I think there'll be a lot more talk of it, I think.
That would be anathema to many Leavers here. There's anger that the Brexit they thought they voted for is in danger of being swept away.